Hi, you are welcome to lesson 4 of our training in procurement management for works. The title of this lesson is Price Adjustment Procedures in Small and Large Works. Here is the lesson objectives for this training. At the end of this lesson, you will be able to understand the reasons for price adjustment in works contracts. You will also be able to understand the methods of price adjustment. You will be able to know Multilateral Development Bank's formula for price adjustment in small works contracts. You will be able to identify Multilateral Development Bank's formula for price adjustment in large works contracts. We will know the appendix to bid. We understand the schedule of adjustment data table C, which talks about summary of payment currencies under payment alternative A. Here, bidder quotes in local currency while requesting percentage payment in up to 3 foreign currencies. We also understand schedule of adjustment data table C, which talks about summary of payment currencies under payment alternative B, where bidder quotes in local and foreign currency portions. Why? What are the reasons that is responsible for price adjustment in works contracts? The standard bidding document of Multilateral Development Banks provide for a price adjustment mechanism in contract of works that are 1. Either of long construction period, that is from 18 months and above, or of any duration if such contracts are being executed under inflationary economic conditions and or priced in a non-stable local currency. The reason for price adjustment is based upon the fact that the bid price submitted by the bidder is relevant only at the point of bid submission. Therefore, there is a need to protect the bidder and the employer from speculations as to the future prices of input needed to execute the construction contracts. Another reason is that the prices for input, that is items and materials for the works, talk about salaries and wages of the workforce, and the usage costs of the equipment, are continually subject to market forces. These market forces arise from two main reasons. Number 1 is inflation, or alternatively deflation, and number 2 is the ever-changing relationship between supply and demand for the input of construction in the marketplace. Let's look at the methods of price adjustments. Price adjustment mechanisms typically involve the use of two methods: price adjustment formula and documentary evidence. The practice of using documentary evidence in some developing countries as a method of price adjustment, which is based on the actual invoices for input purchased by the contractor at the time of contract execution, as compared to the corresponding prices at the bid submission, is not recommended by multilateral development banks, since this method is subject to manipulation, especially in non-efficient markets. It can be a legacy of the period when government control prices were common in such countries. For small works, multilateral development banks use a simple price adjustment formula based on a single official price index per currency of contract payments. The selected price index must be relevant to the construction industry or sector of the contract. Such formula is as follows: PC is equal to AC plus BC 1 MC over 1 OC, where the PC is the adjustment factor for the portion of the contract price payable in specific currency C. AC and BC are coefficients specified in the PCC, that is particular condition of contract, representing the non-adjustable and adjustable portions, respectively, of the contract price payable in that specific currency C. And 1MC is the index prevailing at the end of the month being invoiced, and 1OC is the index prevailing 28 days before bid opening for input payable, both in the specific currency C. This index usually represents the prices of a basket of inputs relevant to the construction industry in the specific sector of the contract. The use of such formula requires that price indices are available and are published regularly by authoritative official bodies in the employer's country and in the countries of supply proposed by the bidder. If payment in more than one foreign currency is foreseen, AC plus BC is equal to 1 in the formula for each currency. Normally, both AC and BC coefficients shall be the same in the formula for all currencies. Coefficient A for the non-adjustable portion of the payment is a very approximate figure, usually not less than 0.15, to take account of fixed cost elements or other non-adjustable components, typically the contractor's overheads and profits. BC represents the adjustable component of the contract price. Let's look at the formula for price adjustment in large works contracts. Multilateral development banks have adopted the model price adjustment formula most common in the construction industry, which is based on fluctuations in the prices of the contractor's actual input throughout contract execution. This formula or group of such formulae, each dedicated to a specific part or specialty in the works, is also incorporated in the FIDIC conditions of contract. The formula for price adjustment is of the following general type. PN is equal to A plus BLN over LO plus CEN over EO plus DMN over MO, and so on. PN is the adjustment multiplier to be applied to the estimated contract value in the relevant currency of the work carried out in period N. This period being a month unless otherwise stated in the contract data. A is a fixed coefficient stated in the relevant table of adjustment data representing the non-adjustable portion in contractual payments. B, C, D, etc. are coefficients representing the estimated proportion of each cost element related to the execution of the works as stated in the relevant table of adjustment data. Such tabulated cost elements may be indicated or indicative of resources such as labor, equipment, and materials. These represent LN, EN, MN, and so forth. Are the current cost indices or reference prices for period N expressed in the relevant currency of payment, each of which is applicable to the relevant tabulated cost element on the date 49 days prior to the last day of the period to which the particular payment certificate relates, and LO, EO, MO are the base cost indices or reference prices expressed in the relevant currency of payment, each of which is applicable to the relevant tabulated cost element on the base date. The cost indices or reference prices are stated in the schedule of adjustment data, tables A, B, and C. If their source is in doubt, it shall be determined by the engineer. For this purpose, reference shall be made to the values of the indices as stated date, quoted in the 4th and 5th columns respectively of the table. If the currency in which the contract price is expressed is different from the currency of the country of origin of the indices, a correction factor will be applied to avoid incorrect adjustment of the contract price. The correction factor shall be ZO over Z1, where ZO is equal to number of units of currency of the origin of the indices, which equal to 1 unit of the currency of the contract price on the base date, and Z1 is equal to the number of units of currency of the origin of the indices, which equal to 1 unit of the currency of the contract price on the date of adjustment. Here is the appendix to bid. The appendix to bid in large works standard bidding document contains the price adjustment formula, and 2, the schedules, that is tables for adjustment data. The price adjustment formula in small works standard bidding document is incorporated in the general conditions of contract GCC and in the particular conditions of contract BCC. Appendix to bid, schedule of adjustment data, table A for local currency. This is the template of table A, that is adjustment data for local currency. You have index code, you have index description, is it adjustable or non-adjustable, you indicate source of index, base value and date, bidder's latest source currency in type, amount, equivalent in foreign currency, bidder's proposed weighting. If you come down with template, you will see star. Anywhere you see star, it shows that it need to be entered by the employer. That is, whereas A should be fixed percentage, B, C, D, and E should specify a range of values, and the bidder will be required to specify a value within the range such that the total weighting is equal to 1. Here the schedule of adjustment data table. C, summary of payment currencies under payment alternative A, bidder quote in local currency, while requesting percentage portions in up to 3 foreign currencies. This is the template. You need to take time to look at it. Then this is template for schedule of adjustment data table. C, summary of payment currencies under payment alternative B, bidder quotes in local and foreign currency portions.